guys, it's Dear and welcome to another video. Today we are reading chapter 3 of Hermitcraft, Subconscious Secrets. We are diving into Bdubs' starter base and what he's been up to in the month since the hermits left their old world and entered into a new one, all that fun stuff. So, yeah. Let's get right into the video. There aren't really that many spoilers yet, so you're fine if you're coming in brand new, but yeah, the other 2 chapters are available if you want to follow along, but yeah, enjoy the ride. The mid-morning sun inched through the sky as Bdubs crouched on one of the custom trees he built, examining his work. Boulders stuck up from the ground, shrubs dotting the area, waving gently in the wind. An oak tree towered above his starter base, casting a shadow over the diorite walls. Wasn't much, but it was home. Bdubs caught the slightest hint of smoke, spotting the puffs of ash emitting from the chimney. The small start of a beacon before the wither, even before the dragon, and the wings that followed. Bdubs leapt onto the scaffolding that waited for him as he descended. There was a charm starting over, taking it slow and easy. Bdubs stole a glance toward the path that Jem had paved. It was only temporary until they could come up with a better design. The path made him feel more connected with his friends, that at any time he could hop on his horse and ride over to see them. It was better than having to separate the group, leaving them vulnerable, like the first time they met the cause tasked to protect them. Bdubs sighed, spotting a white cumulus cloud slowly drifting across the sky. It reminded Bdubs of a boat sailing across the ocean. His wandering thoughts were interrupted when he heard voices in the distance. First, he didn't recognize them. Once he did, the hermit smiled. His friends were here. He dashed toward the path, spotting Green and Impulse ahead. Laughing, Bdubs caught up to them. Took you long enough. Sorry, Scar wanted to show us something new he discovered while caving, Impulse replied. Oh, what is it? Bdubs asked, leaning over in ever so slightly. We found an ancient city under the mountain here. Impulse grinned. Whoa, Bdubs' eyes widened. Did you find anything down there? We wanted to wait until we had wings first, Green admitted, pulling something out of his pocket. We collected some sensors, though, for the security system. That's awesome, Bdubs cheered. I have some amethyst if we want to calibrate it. Might be smart, Impulse nodded. Now, where's the secret path you mentioned? Shh, the secret, Bdubs teased, putting a finger to his lips. Do you think someone's out there? Green asked, his eyes widening. I haven't seen anything, but can't be too sure, Bdubs shrugged, beginning his trek toward the base. His friends followed. Someone will inevitably fall through the cracks. From the corner of his eyes, he caught his friends glancing at each other. A trickle of unease wafted off from them. Bdubs frowned. It's been nice being able to walk out in the open without being ambushed, Green spoke up, breaking the tense silence that followed. Yeah, you can get a lot done, Bdubs agreed. No kidding, Impulse said in awe. You've done a lot in a single month. Bdubs' cheeks warmed as he smiled. Time does that to you. Have you had a chance to talk to Rose yet? Green asked curiously. I've been busy, Bdubs shrugged. She'll call me when she needs me, just like the last few times. Curiosity danced in Green's eyes. How many times have you helped her with stuff? Bdubs paused, lifting his head to the sky. Should he answer that? Sure. His friends knew he'd help Rose when Campbell poisoned the rivers, and viruses that sprang up, and helped at school, but that was barely scratching the surface. She never forced him to do something he didn't want to do, but some secrets weren't his to share. A few times, Bdubs finally said, perhaps a little too quickly. Pulse raised an eyebrow. He didn't say anything. Bdubs led his fellow hermits under the base, entering a small crevice in the stone wall. Wow, Impulse gasped as Bdubs led them through a lush garden. Moss and azalea bushes dotted the area, with a small pond in the middle. A pink and cyan axolotl danced in circles around each other. Wow. It's my quiet place, Bdubs said, pleased with himself, as he approached the far wall, pressing a hidden stone button as a secret stairway opened leading to the base. Took me a week to make this place perfect. Where did you find the axolotls? Grian pointed to the amphibious creatures. Same place where I found the moss, Bdubs said triumphantly. There's not much upstairs, but feel free to make yourself at home. Selves at home. Do that plural. Where's the security system? Impulse tilted his head. There's a closet with a staircase that leads to it. How do you come up with these things? Grian exclaimed, already heading up the stairs. It's the only way I know how, Bdubs chuckled. This place would be perfect for hide and seek, Grian shouted from the top of the stairs. Bdubs laughed. That depends on who you're hiding from. Totally, Impulse agreed, with a wry smile as he took a step on the staircase. You sure you're okay? I am, Bdubs nodded. I've done a lot to help the cause. More than you know. Impulse returned the nod. You know you can trust us. I do, but I haven't needed to act on it. Bdubs agreed. We both have secrets we can't share. Impulse sighed. You got me there. How about we get some work done? Sounds like a plan. Bdubs beamed, following his friend up the stairs when he stopped. Was it just him? Or had he heard something brush against one of the azalea leaves? Bdubs turned to look back, not seeing anything at first. Then he saw it. Shadow crouched behind a pillar of stone. Bdubs retraced his steps, trying not to make a sound, so as not to startle his friends or whoever was hiding. Not yet. Not until he knew what was going on. He ducked behind a small boulder. A capital B, no doubt. Using the tall grass as cover. The figure didn't seem to see him, as Bdubs snuck behind him. Something about the figure was familiar. The height, the build. Then he got it. Isaac? What are you doing down here? The boy yelped in surprise as he whirled around. Spotting Bdubs, Isaac recovered quickly, letting out a nervous chuckle. I'm sorry if I scared you. I just found the garden during my patrols and wanted to make sure it was clear. Patrols? Bdubs blinked. Isaac nodded. It's routine to check on the perimeter. Besides his orders. Okay. Bdubs nodded slowly. I know it seems weird, but if we don't have any kind of presence, we look like an easy target when they do find us. Bdubs finished. Isaac smiled grimly. Exactly. Are they getting close? I don't. Isaac swallowed, getting to his feet. I was just told to keep an eye on you. Rose has suspicions, Isaac said carefully, that Carnivore might be coming after you. Me? Bdubs pointed at himself. Isaac nodded, staring down at his feet. It's just protocol. Everything okay down there? Everything okay down there, Bubbles? Impulse called down from upstairs. Yeah, we're good. You're right there. Bdubs hollered back before facing Isaac. What does he know? I don't know. Isaac shook his head, beating his gaze. Just be careful. Call me if anything seems off. I will, Bdubs whispered, reaching out to put a hand on the boy's shoulder. Trust me, I've been busy. I've got a lot of places to hide. Isaac smiled sadly. I'm afraid they might too. Bdubs let go, glancing back at the stairs. I should go. Let me know if I need to change something with my train. Isaac nodded, standing straight like a soldier. You got it, sir. Bdubs giggled. No, you don't have to call me that. It makes me feel old. Sometime later. Bdubs hung the lantern on the hook by the front door, glancing back toward the path where he'd last seen his friends not too long ago. Night was falling, and clouds began to cover the stars, taking away the evening light. The meadow was quiet, almost too quiet. Bdubs shook his head, letting go of the lantern as it rested on the hook. Everything seemed normal. No stone was out of place. Nothing was missing or misplaced. It was just another day helping friends. Another day of secrets. Isaac's words floated in his mind as he turned away. Conover was looking for him. But if he'd wanted him, why had Rod taken Impulse that night when Kyle went after Green? Kyle had left them alone once Theodore Campbell was knocked out by a sleeping potion. He hadn't tried to come for Bdubs. They'd only taken Green, so Gerald could start whatever devious plan he had in mind. But that wasn't what happened. Bdubs shuddered, though not from the cold, remembering what Impulse had told him about what happened. What Bdubs had seen in his dreams hadn't happened. Was it real? What does Gerald know about that headband that we don't? Bdubs muttered, glancing back over his shoulder, in time to see his shadow slip behind a boulder. He shook his head. Either he had managed it, or Isaac had never left since he'd caught him patrolling. Or maybe it was an animal. He slipped into his base, letting the door close behind him. It closed with a soft thud, shaking the wall briefly. Bdubs glanced at it warily. He hadn't closed it that hard, had he? Then again, it was a heavy door. Bdubs headed to his storage room, putting away the extra materials he'd picked up while cleaning up his perimeter, shaving down some boulders, smoothing the landscape. That way it'd be harder for someone to hide behind. Not impossible, though. Never impossible. It's just a normal night, Bdubs whispered, tossing the seeds into a composter before heading for his bedroom. A busy day deserved a good long rest. 3 more bases were now connected to the safe house. 3 more systems were active and ready for action when the time came. And it would come. They all knew that. He opened the bedroom door, pausing as his eyes immediately went for the curtain window. Was it just him, or had he seen someone standing there? Isaac? Bdubs stepped into the room, not sure why the boy would be standing outside of his bedroom window. Bdubs had cleared the area, so it was harder for someone to hide and eavesdrop when he made his calls. Closed his eyes, sighed, fingering the communicator in his pocket. Maybe his friends were right. Perhaps he should check with Rose to see what was going on. She suspected trouble, enough for Isaac to keep an eye on things. Does that mean there was, though? Bdubs jumped with the communicator sprang to life, pulling it out of his pocket as he looked down at it. Brilliant. The scheduled call-ins to check on each other. It was right the first time. They scheduled call-ins to check on each other before bed. He let the call go through, Hey, G, Bdubs said, hoping his voice came across more cheerfully than he felt. Everything good? Yeah, I haven't noticed anything weird. You? No, though I do suspect that Isaac's out patrolling my perimeter. Really? With a long pause. Did he say why? He just wants to be careful. But I'm fine, Bdubs said. No sign of trouble. Right, Grian said quietly. Another pause filled the air before Grian spoke again. Can I talk to you about something? Yeah, of course, Bdubs replied, taking a seat on the bed, keeping an eye on the window warily. Would the shadow come again? Could he be sure he saw something? Surely if there was a problem, Isaac would tell him, right? The detectives have been acting a little weird lately, Grian admitted. Liam stopped by a little bit ago to check on me. How long? Maybe 30 minutes? Grian asked. He seemed nervous about something. Yeah, Bdubs agreed. I'm sure it's fine, though. They're just making sure they're around, just in case. In case of what? Have we been found? Grian demanded. I don't know, Bdubs admitted. I'm sure it's fine, though. I'm not sure you believe that, Grian sighed. Rose hasn't told you anything? Not to me, Bdubs replied, yawning. Should probably get some sleep. Pulse is next on the list, right? Yep, Grian reported. If we're up early enough, we might get board connected. Why not 5? Bdubs chuckled. You trust me that much? Grian mused. It's redstone line. How hard can it be? Grian laughed. Yeah, you're right. I'll do it if you think I can handle it. I know you can. You're getting pretty good at this, Bdubs teased. I'll see you in the morning. You too, Grian said quietly. Good night. Sweet dreams. Bdubs smiled. The connection ended as they placed the machine on the nightstand beside his bed. He climbed to the bed, letting the covers shield him. Though there wasn't much to shield him from the nightmares. If anything came at all. Bdubs stared up at the blank ceiling as the wind howled outside, hollow and empty. But he didn't sleep. It wasn't just Isaac who was dropping by for a visit anymore. More protectors were checking on their charges. Why? What were they afraid of? Bdubs wasn't sure he wanted to know. And that, my friends, is the end of that chapter. I hope you guys enjoyed. Next week we'll be diving into Scar's perspective. Things start to get more interesting. But, yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys in the next one, whenever that might be. Goodbye.